would you include like Francis Ford Coppola's Dracula as a horror film?
Yeah, I actually probably would, but what's interesting about it is it's definitely more in the Hammer tradition.
Oh, it's actually very much in the Hammer tradition.
It's basically, he basically took the Todd Browning Dracula and the Hammer ones and kind of...
And took just enough of Bram Stoker.
And just enough of...
Marvel.
And just enough of... Because there's even Nosferatu in there.
There's even Nosferatu mixed with Francis Ford Coppola.
Yeah, it's like...
There's a lot of Coppola in there.
Yeah.
It's basically a really big budget action Hammer film.
Yes.
I mean, particularly the opening part.
Very Hammer, and that's usually like, I know like Werner Herzog was like, he's like, the only thing I liked about it was like the first 20 minutes.
Well, he probably likes the part where they're like going across the landscape and you see like Dracula's eyes like up in the sky, so you're looking down.
Yeah.
Like, what is this? So Fanny became very old. Was young, like Winona Ryder was creaming her pants. Well, he's against the whole sexualization of vampires, right?
Well, at least the humanization, which would be pretty close, because he thinks that Gary Oldman's Dracula was too human.
Which is also why most people actually consider Gary Oldman. Some people actually consider Gary Oldman to be the best Dracula. I actually consider him to be the best Dracula. That's over Christopher Lee, and I love Christopher Lee. It's because of the humanization of him. But he didn't really, because he was like, even though he took a lot of elements actually from Christopher Lee, and even some from Kinski.
Yeah.
In his performance, like he even talked about
and Max Schreck.
Max Schreck.
Who really looked like that.
Yes, he did. And by the way, that is one of the greatest vampire movies ever made. Both Nosferatu and Shadow of the Vampire. We should do a thing on vampires.
That could be the next thing we do.
I think we pretty much explained that to you. We're talking about the English conservatism and horror.
Well, we could just like wrap it up on just slasher films in general, and then...
I'm sorry. You saw me fucking your mother last night. But don't worry, I have this axe. Stick in my head. And I saw Mommy kissing Santa Claus.
Oh, and then there's the Silent Night, Deadly Night series.
Or even Santa's Sleigh.
There's a lot of, like, Christmas-themed slasher movies.
Lovely Yuletide tales about
people dressing up as Santa and killing people.
Or in Santa's Sleigh, in which he actually was Santa. Which is really scary. Have you ever seen that?
No, I haven't. which is actually...
He's like, ho, ho, ho! Like, he actually is Santa Claus, like, jolly old Saint Nick.
Because that was actually what was controversial about Silent Night, Deadly Night, is people thought it actually was Santa Claus, but it was the guy dressing up as Santa. So that actually should be why... That one should be more controversial than Silent Night, Deadly Night.
I think it was after Silent Night. When did Silent Night, Deadly Night come out?
It was like 81, 80.
I think Santa's Sleigh came out in like 88.
Okay, that's
probably in response to like they're gonna bitch about Santa Claus being a serial killer. His name Santa Claus will make him Santa Claus.
Which is interesting that we're talking about this because it's very timely since we're not that long away from Christmas
and Thanksgiving.
Which, of course, Eli Roth does want to do Thanksgiving as a movie. He does. I
just like the part where the guy's like cut up like a turkey, and he's on the table. He's like, "This Thanksgiving, I know what kind of turkey will be cooked." It's like white meat, dark meat, none will be spared. It's like you see like the girl like bouncing on like thing, and it's like every holiday has been turned into a horror film. Except
Thanksgiving.
It's like today this pilgrim is gonna come home on his Mayflower.
Yeah.
What is he, like an Indian? That would be like interesting, like butchering like the ancestors of like the pilgrims and like George C. Scott returns from the grave. Part 12. Which should have been a horror line. Drew Barrymore. Actually, he did Drew Barrymore in a movie.
Oh yeah, he did hunt Drew Barrymore in Firestarter.
No, about that. I haven't seen that.
Oh, is that? I haven't either. And then you have again the '80s horror films, and it's hard to talk without, even though not slasher films. You have the Stephen King adaptations, which were like fucking ridiculous. How many in the '80s they had?
Oh god, at least '80s through early '90s, like '91, '92.
Yeah,
that's when you started getting all the television things.
Yeah,
Slamoramas.
The shitty TV movies.
Some of them were actually slightly entertaining.
Yeah.
Weren't necessarily good, but...
Yeah, Tommyknockers was kind of entertaining.
Tommyknockers was incredibly entertaining. It was terrible, but it was...
Yeah.
As far as the word entertaining...
I mean, you have one of the Carradine brothers in the same movie as Tracy Lords. It's going to be interesting.
And then you have the Langoliers.
Oh, man.
Because, I mean, basically from the late 70s to the early 90s, there were tons of King adaptations. Basically beginning with The Shining and probably going up to Shawshank Redemption. It was like...
Yeah, it was almost like 2 or 3 a year.
Or at least 1 a year. If you're including television episodes, yeah, probably.
Yeah.
And, like, I guess you would actually could include a couple of them, I guess, as slasher films. The Dark Half, I guess, could count as a slasher film.
Yeah.
Of a sort.
With Timothy Hutton, who is now the leader on Leverage.
Timothy Hutton's awesome.
Although, do you think that he deserved the Academy Award he got when he was a kid?
For what?
Ordinary People.
No.
But then again, Robert Redford didn't deserve the Academy Award for Best Director that year.
Agreed.
Should have been fucking Scorsese for Raging Bull.
Yes, but, Scorsese, as everyone knows, gets fucked and then finally wins it for, like, a film you're like, no.
It's not bad, but it's okay.
It feels like everybody with The Departed. I was like, this is not a winning movie. This is like saying, like, hey, we better give one to Martin Scorsese. And this year's pretty weak, so we'll just be like, hey, have your trophy, my friend.
It's like he could have gotten it for Raging Bull. He could have gotten it for
Taxi
Driver or Last Temptation of Christ.
Or Mean Streets even, or Goodfellas.
Well, Mean Streets, that would have been just, for somebody...
That would have been a huge long shot. But
because it was his second feature.
Goodfellas.
Yeah, Goodfellas he could have, yeah.
Casino even.
Yeah, Casino even.
Even Gangs of New York.
I'm trying, and of course, Scorsese did do a horror film. Well, more of a thriller, but...
Cape Fear.
Cape Fear. And how does Cape Fear, his remake of Cape Fear, fit within the post-'80s horror...
I don't know. It's ever a movie I quote a lot. Whenever I'm playing, like, on Halo on Xbox Live, I'm always like, Counselor, come out. I always do my Robert De Niro from that movie, so I don't know. It obviously was... It is pretty terrifying. I mean... And
it's dark. It's dark.
I mean, having Robert De Niro just, like, coming up to Juliette Lewis, like, doing, like, crunches, like, talking to Juliette Lewis on the phone, being like, you come over here, you hear me? It's like, your daddy don't know nothing. I'm sorry, that's actually way more scarier than having, like, Jason Voorhees. So, I mean, think about it. If you were a father, which would scare you more?
Your daughter just getting killed, or...
Your daughter getting chased by a man in a hockey mask, and knowing she's going to at least die, or having her talking on the phone to a ridiculously buff Robert De Niro with, like, Bible verses, like, tattooed all over him. Well, I don't know.
Being lusty.
Being lustful. It's like, it's like, I didn't do anything, counselor.